Hi, today we're going to do part 2 of yesterday's video lesson. Yesterday we were reading this book called Beautiful Birds, and I told you it was a special kind of book because it was informational text. Informational textbooks are full of facts. Facts are things that are true and real. And informational text has some special features sometimes. So I started to show them to you yesterday. Today I made you a list to look at. So features of informational text. Sometimes there are photographs. Sometimes there is a table of contents which tells what's in the book. Sometimes there are labels on the pictures which tell us what the pictures are. Sometimes there are diagrams or charts that tell us more about the picture. And sometimes there are captions, which is a sentence right on the picture that tells us more about what is going on. But the most important thing about informational text is down here. When you read informational text, you learn something new. So yesterday we left off at chapter 2. Let's pick up and continue with beautiful birds. I'm going to open to my table of contents, and I'm going to see that chapter 3 is called Amazing Birds, and it's on page 12. So let me switch to page 12. And we'll keep reading. Amazing birds. Want to meet some amazing birds? Marabou storks have wingspans of up to 13 feet. Wow, that is wider than a bus. Notice this has a label, Marabou stork, and it has a label showing the 13 feet wingspan. And it has bold-faced print, which tells us that that's an important word on that page. Peregrine falcons are the fastest flyers. They can go 90 miles per hour. That is faster than a cheetah and way, way faster than the quickest person ever. And here we have a chart telling us that a person can go 25 miles per hour. A cheetah can go 70 miles per hour, but the peregrine falcon, 90 miles per hour. Ostriches are the biggest birds. They can grow to be 9 feet tall. An ostrich would even tower over the tallest basketball player in the world. Here's our picture with a label, ostrich, and here's our caption, which tells us more about ostriches. Ostriches lay the largest eggs of any bird. Look at that. Here's an ostrich egg. Here's an egg from a hen or a chicken. The smallest birds are hummingbirds. Sometimes these tiny wonders fly into yards to sip nectar from flowers. There are so many beautiful birds to see, you only have to look around. Again, bold-faced print, nectar is an important word because that's what hummingbirds eat. And here's another caption on our picture which tells us more facts. Some hummingbirds are just 2.5 inches long. These special birds can hover in the air. That means they're only about that big. Look at my fingers. And again, here's another label telling that's a hummingbird. All right, so right now, I'm going to head over to my desk. And since yesterday we wrote something new we learned, you could do that again. But today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy, fun bird craft. So come on. Okay, now here I am at my desk again. Yesterday we wrote in our journals about a fact that we learned, and I learned that not all birds can fly. Penguins cannot fly. You could go ahead and do another page today if you'd like, or you could do this bird craft that I'm going to show you. So I took a piece of heavyweight paper and I drew a pattern for a very simple bird, and I just drew that freehand. You can do that too because you are great artists. And then I cut that pattern out. And then all I did was I popped a hole right here. If you have a hole punch, you could use a hole punch, or you could just poke a pencil through there. And then ask a grown-up in your house to cut a small slit right in the body of the bird. Then you're going to find some fun kind of paper in your house to use for the wings. Let me show you some examples of what you could use for this bird's wing. Maybe you have some tissue paper that mom or dad use when they wrap presents. You could get a piece of tissue paper. Maybe you have a fancy piece of designer journal paper. Maybe you just have some construction paper. that you could use. Maybe you have a plain white piece of paper like this that you could just decorate with crayons. See the beautiful design I made on there? Maybe you want to tear out a colorful page out of a magazine. Maybe you want to use a piece of wrapping paper, if mom or dad will give you permission to use a piece of wrapping paper. So decide what you're going to use, and then take your piece of paper, and you're simply going to fold it back and forth like a fan. So watch me do that. So I'm going to take my paper, and I'm going to fold back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back again. And you see how my paper's all fanned out now? Now I'm going to take that paper and I'm going to tuck it through that slit, just like this. I'm going to pull it through, and then I'm going to spread that out. Just going to take the ends of that and bend it a little bit and get it to stay open a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Take my fingers and I'm just kind of bending it a little bit to get it to stay open. Then I'm going to take a piece of string, and I had a piece of string cut here already, and I'm going to put it through that hole that I popped in the front, or at the top before. I'm just going to tie that up. And then I'm going to draw an eye on here. And I'll color in a beak for him or her. And I already did that on the other side this morning while I was getting ready for you. And then I have my beautiful bird that I can hang up anywhere in my house. Isn't it pretty? And here's another one I made this morning. There's one I made out of yellow paper and some wrapping paper that I had. Aren't these fun? And they're so easy. You can just make lots and lots of them and hang them up. Now, I want you to be sure to keep watching, because I'm going to show you some pictures of all those bird feeders I made the other day. I hung them outside and I want to show you what they look like. Have fun, boys and girls. Bye-bye.